Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to do a video regarding just movies, not video games. This is kind of in response to a thing I've been seeing lately on, if you are familiar with Reddit, the Reddit forums, there's lots of different forums that you can pretty much find other people that like certain things. And there is a Reddit involving movies and collecting movies. And a big popular thing that they keep doing for like the last like 2 weeks, I think, are people are posting like their top favorite movies, and most people have been sticking with 10. And it's been just interesting to kind of log in and see people doing this. They're not making videos; they're just picking 10 and posting pictures of it. But I just thought it would be fun to do. My favorite 10 movies that I own. That was kind of like the rule that I wanted to stick with. And there really aren't too many other movies that like I would add to this list that I don't own. I've been fortunate to kind of track down the ones that I really do enjoy. But these are in no particular order. The 10 that I picked. Again, they're not like in my first place, second place, third place, all the way through 10. It's just these are the 10 that I have decided would be my favorite. I mean, you could ask me 2 weeks from now, and I could totally not choose these 10, or maybe some of them, but not all of them, that type of thing. But I think these are really great movies. There's a lot of them that just are timeless classics. There's some that like I could just watch them over and over and over and over again and still really enjoy them and love them. Um, but just starting out here at the top, uh, Big Trouble in Little China, such a fantastic movie. I feel like I've really enjoyed that more as I've gotten older, rather than like watching it like as a kid or something like that. I don't know why. I just find it to be really fun movie that just doesn't take itself very seriously, but then it's also got action and just weird sci-fi. And it's just, I think it's a John Carpenter movie, but it's like one of my favorite Kurt Russell movies. Um, Next is a movie that I do feel like I have nostalgia for as a kid. I can't remember when I would have watched it first in my life, but it's definitely high up there with. I know Steven Spielberg has made some really great movies, and a lot of people don't realize that he was involved with that movie. But that's another movie I could just watch it, you know, all the time and not get sick of it. Um, a movie that I feel doesn't get enough recognition, Gangs of New York, is in my top 10. And it's a very underrated DiCaprio movie. Um, I know that Daniel Day-Lewis, I can't remember if he got Best Actor in that, but actually I don't think he did. But his character is just like one of his best characters he's ever played. Like I think that character Bill the Butcher is more iconic than pretty much anything he's ever done, even more so than Lincoln that he did that a few years back. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. That's usually on a lot of people's favorites. It definitely is like a good movie to watch. Like around, sorry about that, around October. Knocked it out of my hand, and I don't know what it is about it, but it's just such a good movie. Aliens was a movie that I don't necessarily find it scary, but it just is like got a great mixture of like action, suspense, horror, and just that like I don't know. Every time I watch it, like I think about how much the Halo series was influenced by that. Like you can just really tell, like just the Marines and like the space sci-fi setting. Um, but yeah, anyway, Aliens is a really great movie. Um, Star Wars. I love all the Star Wars movies except for the newer ones. I know that maybe some people like them, some people don't like them, but I I'm obviously like in the realm of like people either like The Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi, and I was always kind of fond of the the way that things kind of wrapped up in Return of the Jedi. It feels like Luke is more of like a completed character rather than the first two movies, but I just you kind of get like um, sounded like kind of like a culmination of like some of the characters, and like it's I've always found Darth Vader to be like one of my favorite characters in the whole franchise. Just obviously because a lot of a lot of the whole series runs through him. But yeah, Return of the Jedi, and this really isn't fair, including well, technically both of these because I have these other like collections. But I would probably pick Raiders of the Lost Ark and the original, the first Die Hard for those. Like if I just had to narrow it down to one, but such good characters. I mean, I think a lot of the things about these movies is like the character that best represents the movie makes these movies for sure. Like definitely like in Terminator 2, like Arnold as playing more like a good guy rather than the bad guy like in the first one. And then such a an amazing story. One of the best prison movies ever made, besides maybe The Great Escape, is The Shawshank Redemption. And again, that's another one that I could just watch that and never get bored with it. Such a good movie. But those are the 10 that I would say are up there for me. And then a lot of people were also doing like with this. They were making like honorable mentions. It's like I tried to stick with like an honorable mentions of like 10, but I ended up kind of cheating and I have 14. So I have way more than I probably should. I probably could narrow it down a little further, but I have, and I'll make this faster. Movies like Field of Dreams, Lord of the Rings, The Thing, Pan's Labyrinth, Beverly Hills Cop, The Revenant, Caddyshack, Inception, Blazing Saddles, The Departed, Vanilla Skies. Oh man, I know maybe not everybody likes that movie, but I think it's a great movie. Makes you think. Apocalypse Now, Platoon, and Dread, and those are. I mean, there are a lot of other movies that I own that I like. I really, really, really enjoy, but like to kind of narrow this down is tough. Um, I mean, I could talk about a lot of these movies for a long time, but um, they are the movies that I think would be cool if like I don't really post a lot on Reddit, but like I thought that what they were doing was kind of cool, where they would just pick out like their top 10 and take a picture of it, and then they would just make a post about those are my top 10. But yeah, I just thought it'd be cool to make a video about the same idea. Um, Feel free to mention out of these movies if you've seen any like certain ones, or if you were to come up with what are your top movies. If some of them that aren't you don't see would be in your top 10, let me know. I'd be love to be able to talk about different movies that people like. But anyway, I will see you next time.